Whew, what a day. What a day. Love these Tuesday evenings. Uh, Excited to bring more preparation into 2023. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. What a week. Hope you all enjoyed your time. Hope you enjoyed your food. Hope everything went well. Just excited to headed into Christmas, headed into New Year's. This is just such a great time for really prepping for the new year, of course, but uh, not moving too quickly. Trying to hold off the year and being present in between two major holidays. That should mean a whole lot. Give us an opportunity to reconnect and be grateful and gift and just enjoy some great time with family and friends. But also, the theme over the past couple weeks has been the preparation into 2023, and just something that I have kind of gone out to do, just literally inspiring whoever may see this to start to think about those things now into 2023. So I've talked about a lot of different things, a lot of same things over the past couple weeks, but one thing, and especially this week, as we've really just continued to just serve a lot of great people through a lot of different things, and the relationships we've built in the fourth quarter of this year, and just very, very grateful. And it inspired me not only just from the aspects with my team, the team we're building, the ability for us to communicate and continue to learn how to communicate and give grace, and really just as intense as I personally can be, to receive grace and build the people around me, not only on my team but in this practice, my family, the people we serve every day, who are also considered family. And it really just prompted the whole abundance discussion today within all of us. And my wife kind of is like, maybe that's what you should talk about this evening, especially since preparation for 2023 is big. And I was looking at some statistics on just kind of the psychology and sociology of the mindsets, the default mindsets of, the people in our community, ourselves, our society. And almost 80% of people are resistant to the idea of abundance, and that there is enough, even with all that might be going on. There really is enough. And the fact that and I did it myself today, just a lot going on. And I think, I personally have made some strides, and I hope other people are making strides with mindset and just direction and gratefulness. But having a great week. And then I got so excited about a lot of the things that could happen and can happen and what's next. And I want to get all this done. And, but I was able to lead with, we've had such a great start to the week, from, comments from clients and reviews and new clients and people starting care, people continuing care, some of the things we've added to the practice. If you haven't seen yet, or if you don't know, like the recovery game and the health and wellness aspect of this practice is growing. We've added cryotherapy. We had a great opportunity to add cryo and infrared and some great things that our current clients were asking about. We've had people just thoroughly interested in that and grateful that we've added that. And we've had just such a good week. We've had an awesome month, personally and professionally and impactfully, that I led with. I know there's a lot of great things going on, but I just feel like there's so much I need to do and have to do. And what I started to realize is, after I got off of my upside down soapbox, is, things are happening that are very, very good, that are having a big impact, and to be grateful and to know that there is more of that doesn't run out. And whatever that looks like for you, whether you're a parent, whether you're a CEO, whether you're in a time of so-called struggle, there is enough, there is opportunity, and there's a lot of great things still happening. But 80%, 70, 75 to 80% of people are really resistant to abundance and what that means. And really like, that's just a bunch of poppycock. Like there's so much against me. I don't think I can do that, or that wouldn't happen to me, or you don't understand, or I can do it all myself. Those are all things that, all statements that truly lack abundance when there is enough. And this is God's world for me. It's God's universe. So don't confuse what I'm saying. That when I speak universe, I'm speaking, it's God's universe, it's his work. But you put those things out into his universe and you let him hear that. And if you're not a God person, that's okay. But you want to just speak universe and energy, that's fine. But the more of that you put out, that can't happen to me, or that would never happen, you don't understand, I got cut off, that person's an ass, like those kinds of things, you put that into the universe, and you tend to gravitate and not only magnetize more of that to you, but also you begin to focus on it more. And so it's like, I think all of us have gone through the point of either wanting a new car. We finally, you know what, that's what I want. If I could buy any car today, any truck today, that's what I want. Or you get a new car. Maybe it's not the dream car, but you get a new car or a new to you car, and that's all you see. It's amazing. And the mind works a lot the same way. And there's, you get what you focus on. And the cool thing about that is you have a choice. Like I have a choice to put this hair behind my ear. There we go. This one too. You have a choice to look at it and magnetize to what you're going to continue to focus on. And that's, I always tell, my team and the podcast that we do, we had a great podcast today. It was super fun to record with Amy. And, but you don't get what you want, you get what you focus on. And it's just becoming more and more clear to me, as resistant as I am. I am notoriously, and my nature is not defaulted into abundance. It's work. But here's the thing, nobody's is. Why can't I think like that? I have so many friends and colleagues that are doing what I'm doing, or just achieving great things. And what I don't realize is I'm still in the room, and I can choose that mindset, that lifestyle, that drive, that I can really choose what I focus on and what I magnetize towards me. So, but a lot of these things that, I kind of want people to know, especially going into 2023, especially in the holiday season. And this can carry on throughout the year. Like, don't let me just put the confinement on preparation for 2023. Let me just take it through 2023. Let me just forecast this through your 2023. Is abundance happens every single day, and you can choose what you focus on throughout the year, and you can choose what it is that you're going to magnetize throughout every day, every month, throughout the rest of 2023. So putting yourself around the people who have that mindset is a great start, but just know that there is enough. And what I want you to know is, which is what I was getting to the first time I started this, through 2023, at the end here of 2022, what you can start to think about now is like, how do I know, like, at what point in time do I get to change or recognize that I need to make a shift? And it's literally phrases and statements. What's going on, Jim? The whole idea of even I'll figure it out, not asking for help, not being okay with asking for help. The whole I'll figure it out, it'll take you longer. Oh, that would happen to me. Go figure. Like, imagine that. Having great service, having great food, great service at a restaurant, and leaving less of a tip for some reason. That all heads towards lack instead of abundance. And what you put out, you're going to get back. And you can't outgive God. And the more you give, the more you're going to receive. And so taking the time and being uncomfortable in some of those settings and realizing like, oh man, I have to leave a tip. Leave the bill. Leave the tip of the bill. Try that once. That's something that we do often, and it's fun to watch other people do it as well. We have a text group and a group of friends that hey, you better catch up. We tipped the bill, and we are not. It's not about the money, but it's about the putting into the universe the abundance of, what, I am grateful for you and a service you provided, or you're having a bad day, I'm going to try to pick you up. Like, those are all abundant things. So when you're worried about, oh man, I have to leave the tip, or this tip's going to be so big, or man, I just got cut off, or like whatever it is, just outgive it. Just literally outgive it. There is that is one of my natures. My mindset's not always the most abundant. It's getting better, and I'm very admittal to that. But one thing that I love to do is outgive and out surprise. And I get more frustrated if what I expect I want to do doesn't match what I necessarily can do. But what a lot of people just want is effort, and they want that energy of abundance. And if you're lacking that, if you feel the world is against you, or that can't happen to me, or nobody can help me, I'm too far gone, or that won't work. Yeah, I bet. Or, and we get a lot of that on our Facebook stuff throughout the page and some of the content we post. And it's like, you know what? It's not an attack on you. Not everything is about you. Do not, if you have to put on your shoulders every problem and be like, oh man, they don't get it, or their ass says I'm not going to talk to them, or I can't believe they said that. That's not a you problem. And it's really not. Not everybody's going to like you, but you can always outperform lack with abundance every time. But the other thing is the mind's automatically going to resort to comfort. It's going to want to make you feel better. And it's also going to focus on the negative. And if you notice, a lot of the things we see, a lot of the things we hear, a lot of the things that are casted, like a lot of things that are broadcasted, and adversely, a lot of things that are canceled, but a lot of things that are broadcasted and put in front of us. Watch, God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Watch the news tonight and tell me in ratio how many great things, how many celebrated things, how many good deeds, how many people who donated money, gave food, gave Christmas trees like we are, like who helped a child across the street, who picked up somebody, who gave away a car, who paid for somebody's meals, who shook an officer's hand, versus how many people died, who broke into what was stolen. Can you believe this? He said that, racist this. It's like, how much of that is put in front of us? The reason that is put out there is because they have viewers to feed, they have advertisements to get eyes on, and they know that the mind focuses on the negative, which can also be put in the same box as lack. This is something we fight in the practice a lot too, and something that I wish I had the silver bullet to overcome, because a lot of people who may not start care in this office, a lot of people who might put negative things in comments on maybe some ads or some posts we're putting out to inspire people to take care of themselves, their health, and take action in their wellness. A lot of those comments that happen, I wish I had the silver bullet to switch their mindset into abundance and to realize that we are trying to provide and outgive the negative. Because a lot of people we see that put that, they feel like they are helpless. They feel like nothing will work. And what I try to lead with first, and why that doesn't really affect me too much, is because they have their own story that we don't know about. And I can't take that as an attack on me. It wasn't very easy at the very beginning. There's a lot of things that we've all done, whether it's a new job. It doesn't have to be healthcare. It's easier to speak on my own regard than somebody else's. But you can use this analogy for whatever it is you do. You can be an accountant and you just want to have the perfect books and make sure that they're spending only the money they need to, and not overspending, and having control of tax payments. And but for us, it's a lot of those people. Just, I want to be able to give them so much hope in a way, but we don't know what it is they've gone through. And I wish I had the silver bullet to be able to open their minds and really open their hearts a little bit to say, you know what, you're not too far gone. And that is more of an abundant mindset. And it's not how it's not how the mind operates. It's not how it's wired. And that's okay. And the more we start to recognize this, especially going into 2023, it can literally change the year. It can literally start your year off right. Filter through this now. This doesn't happen overnight. Nobody has done this overnight. Everybody has a story. Everybody is wired for comfort first, because the mind wants to protect you. The mind and body wants to keep you alive as much as possible. So it does make sense that the body would naturally focus more on the negative, because that could be danger. Oh, that SOB cut me off. It's like you're not so mad about the fact that they cut you off. I truly think and believe that it's the mind protecting you, and that's the default of how the mind's wired, because it perceives it as danger. Danger, scarcity, anger can all be wrapped up in the same bubble. And I wish I had the silver bullet for the default to be, you know what? I don't know their story. You know what? Them cutting me off might have put me that one car behind that kept me out of that accident, or that kept me from a bad situation, or and this can go like, there are bad things that happen, and there's a couple different things that we can look at a little differently, and it's not always fun, and it's not always great. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, and it sucks. And it's not the mind's default to say, what good can come from this? And there can be some pretty extreme examples thrown out around that, and I'm not going there. But I wouldn't say valid. You're not wrong for initially feeling that way. It's the way you're wired. You're not wrong for having those emotions. You're a person. But we get to choose how we think about that and how we heal from unfortunate situations. And even if it's just a daily act, how we perceive and let things roll off our shoulder. Because at the end of the day, we can all choose abundance. We all have a choice to choose grateful, choose abundance, choose positive, and get to at least have a say and a choice. Do not ever, especially blindly, especially if you don't know the person, if you have a problem or issue or something didn't work for you, go to that person, go to that place, go to that establishment and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. This is what I perceive. Change my mind. Sit there with the table outside. It's like, I'm not sure this is going to work, figuratively speaking. Pretend you're at the table when you approach and say, I'm not sure this is going to work. Change my mind. Be open to the fact that you might not be in the greatest position. And again, I'm going to go back to health because that's my nature. That's what I know. That's what I do. But do not think that the world, the providers, the establishments, the care, all of the things that are being offered to you and shown to you and that you are focusing on as far as help in your health, do not think, oh, that won't work for me, or oh, that's bullshit, or oh, there's no way. Oh, you would put that. Oh, that's too expensive. Like, put a price on health. Let me ask you that right now. And a lot of people resort to, yeah, but what if it doesn't work? What if it does? What if we led with, you know what? I'm going to take care of myself. because I'm going to plan on this working. Because really, what I think what started to shift mine, and again, speaking from my perspective, I'm no expert. I'm not saying I have this down pat, but I'm just giving perspective. And I think I've said that on every video. If it helps, great. If it doesn't, take it with a grain of salt. But the biggest thing I've been saying, I think for the course of the last 2 years, and a lot of my clients will tell you I say this a lot when they ask me questions and I give them something to do, or I give them the care, or I switch the care plan, or we add something and we go stem cell route and chiropractic, whatever it is. And it's like, well, what if this doesn't work? What if it does? But for the past couple of years, I've been saying, what's the alternative? So anytime we get into that piss, moan, groan, and we all do it, and it's okay. 80% of us, 100% of us don't default to abundance and gratefulness and positivity. It's not how we're wired. But what if we took that deep breath and we led with, what if it does? Because what's the alternative? And we start to realize that we have a choice to magnetize what it is we want to get out of whatever it is we're trying to get out, whether it's our health or whether it's financially. Abundance is not just about money. Abundance is about everything. There's not enough food at the grocery store, or I don't have enough money, or that won't work for me. What if we led with, but what's the alternative? If we sit and do nothing, and we're in a current scenario, and we're going down a river, and there's a waterfall, and that's lights out, and we know it's coming. Man, this current's too strong. If I turn around, I won't even be able to paddle upstream and get away from it and get to shore. But what if you can? And what's the alternative? Are we just going to give up? So going into 2023, I think this is a very powerful conversation, and I'm grateful to be talking about it, because it's, again, teacher learns the most. And I say that on almost every video. Teacher learns the most, and just giving me some of the things that I can continue to build triggers on. Because a lot of what comes to me when I speak on things like this, or I speak in front of a class, or conference or team or whatever, I literally take notes in my head of, just innately there's things that come from me that I can utilize as well. But it's like, if we all led with, what if it does? Because what's the alternative? I think that alone can be a trigger that would help so many people in any aspect of life. Raising kids, dealing with family members, overcoming, a job change, even if it's just, going to the gym again and looking, setting those physique goals in 2023, financially, like, oh, I'll never be able to afford that house. I'll never be able to retire. And it's just like, well, then, okay, but you can, you can choose, I'm going to be able to retire. What do I have to do and make that shift? Because what's the alternative? Because here's the other thing, and this is very simple, and I think everybody would agree that whatever you think, you're right. I'll never be able to retire. You're right. I'll never be the best parent possible. You're right. It's as simple as that. I've been, I've a lot of people know that, I do race Friday nights or Friday and sometimes Saturday nights. And there was a time it's like, man, I've got the equipment. I've got some great intel. I've got, great people around me. And it got to a point where it's like, man, I'm never going to win a race. I'm right. Whatever you think, you're right. I'll never make enough money. I'll never have this. I'll never be able to go there. When the reality is you can. Whatever you want. There's some astronomical statistic. I'm not going to quote it because I don't know the exact number, but there is an astronomical statistic that the number of billionaires in the world did not come from money. So it's like, oh, I'll never be able to make that money. Well, how did they do it? Having that abundant mindset, I'll never be able to grow this practice to the to the, to the monetary goal or to the impact or to the volume or to the, and, those are things that used to cross my mind. And then it's looking over the course of the last 5 years and what we've done and how we've grown, and the people who support us and the move we've made, the office we have. And it's like, looking back, it's like, yes, you can. And whatever we focus on is what we will get, and whatever you think, you're right. So over the past couple of years, being able to look at what we've done, and this week alone, the beginning of this week, having conversations and, stepping up with the team and stepping up in our community and asking and building for relationships and connections. These are all things we could have sat back and done nothing. We are not where we want to be. We are not where we're going to be, and neither are you. So do not let those things sink into your head. Let 2023 be the dividing line. Give everybody permission right now to let everything. Okay, you've got until the week of Christmas, which I think is on a Friday or Saturday. That Monday of Christmas week, you should have gone through your whole entire filter of lack and nonsensical emotional bullshit. Get it all out before the week of Christmas, because nothing should ruin that time of the year, what that stands for. Because talk about the ultimate grateful and abundance and outgiving everybody. That week should represent everything that it stands for. Do not let lack, negativity, in your own negative self-will impact that. Get rid of all of that before Christmas week. Enjoy the hell out of that week. Like, literally, enjoy the hell out of it. Hell out of it. It's Christmas. Enjoy that week. Be and vibe different going into Christmas week, and let that carry in to 2023. So let the filter go now. Filter it all out. Be great to everybody, but get all of this self-talk and junk out now, because 2023, and I guess I'm just kind of speaking this for my own regard, 2023 is for me. We should all be saying that. It's not a selfish ploy, because if you use it as abundance and use 2023 is for me as an abundance to be able to give and to also be able to receive, 2023 will start, will continue, and will course, and will end the best year you could have ever had. If you start now, filter out the junk, set for Christmas, get to the end of the year, and really start to set the mindset of 2023 is for me, so I can provide for you. Let me outgive everything negative. Let me outgive the lack. Anytime you go into lack, like everybody has ends up with a cussing jar at one point in time. Ah, shit. Yep, that's $1. Put that as your lack. So you got a lack jar. But instead of a jar, what you're going to do is anytime you go into lack, you're going to give. You're going to buy somebody gas. You're going to buy somebody's groceries. You're going to give somebody, $1. Like whatever it is, give. Anytime you go into lack, give. Not only is it it's not really a punishment, it's a reminder, it's a trigger. Anytime you go into lack, give. But when you are intentional and you actually give, like tell me a time you didn't give something to somebody unexpectedly and you did not feel good about it. I try to do it all the time. Like give computers, time off, positive reinforcement, compliments. Like it doesn't always have to be something or something monetary or money. Like give for the sake of giving. Give positivity, and it can be a comment. Anytime you go into lack, call your mom and tell her you love her. Some people don't have moms to tell them they love them. Like call your sibling, call your spouse, call somebody and just give them some uplifting and encouraging statement. Like anytime you go into lack, give. And it doesn't always have to be something monetary, something tangible. It could literally be an act or a phrase. So I mentioned something on being able to receive is lack. Anytime you come into lack, give, but also be willing to receive. This was something that was brought to my attention at a Black Diamond Club conference. I think we were in Dallas. I forget where we were. Dallas, Scottsdale, somewhere. It was great. And it was a total like mind-blowing statement that abundance is not always giving. Like abundance is actually receiving. But you very much, I believe you can't not give and receive everything you're supposed to have. But try this. Hey, can I get you anything from the store? I don't care if it's a pack of gum. Say yes. Like, yeah, please. I did it to Cheney today. Shouldn't have. I did. Kind of was in my funnel, talking, I was headed towards lack, got it out. Grateful to have the team I have, because any one of them I could say something to, and they are there and they will listen and we will work through it. And I do the same for them. But she asked me when we got back, and I didn't quite have enough time that I wanted to have to sit and have lunch and kind of decompress before going into the next shift. She's like, hey, I'm going over here to get food. Do you want everything? And I said, no. I literally shut off the opportunity for abundance in my being aura. God said, I am going to provide somebody to help you and literally gift you whatever it is you are missing right now, and you shut it off. Okay, fine. I see you. I just won't put more of that in your life then until you're ready to receive. I'll try again some other time, but for right now, you're not going to have anything else to receive. Receiving, just be okay with receiving. So anytime somebody says, hey, going downstairs to get something, like, do you need anything? Yes. Give me that blanket that's down there on the shelf. There's a red pen on the desk. There's a frozen pizza. Bring it up. Whatever it is. Go into the store. Do you need anything? Yeah. Give me some tissues. Like, just say yes. Receive something. If somebody's going to offer you the ability, because the other thing is too, in another deeper segment of abundance, is you're robbing somebody else of the ability to feel good about doing something. Now, I wouldn't say you're actually robbing them. They might not take it that way. However, there are times where somebody could be looking for a good deed to do and looking at you to be able to accept that and give them that opportunity, because maybe they trust you, they love you, you're close to them. And then you say, no, I'm good. Whoops. Just say yes. Go in the store. You need anything? Go to Home Depot. Gonna go over here and pick this up. You need anything while I'm out? Like, I'm going to try this next time. Next time Erica says, hey, I'm going over here to pick up the shirts. Do you need anything while I'm out? I'm going to send her to I don't know, the Blues store downtown. I'm going to make her go to Scott Trade or whatever it's called now. Not the Keel. Ooh, Keel, Scott Trade. What is it now? Enterprise Center. I want a new Kyrou jersey. I'm just going to send her on a freaking wild goose hunt just because, I don't know. Because here's the thing, if somebody gives you the opportunity to receive and do a good deed for you, and you say, yeah, I need you to go to Scott Trade or go to Enterprise Center and grab me a Kyrou jersey. I've always wanted one. And they say, well, I don't really have time for that. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for asking. Be okay with that. The lack mindset would be, yeah, of course. I was hoping not to have to go down there myself. No. They say, no, it's okay. But anytime you go out, let people give. Let people give to you. Be okay with receiving. So it's a huge topic that I am continually being better on, and not I don't always speak on things that I'm great at. I just speak what's on my mind to give perspective, especially going into a new year. And so that's just something that's been on my mind and that I was asked to speak on. And that's my perspective on it. Is we are not wired for positivity, gratefulness, abundance. Our mind's wired to protect. And which means a lot of times we see the negative, we see the danger, and we're also fed those things because they know our mind preys on that and comfort. And so, but literally out giving lack, setting that trigger in your mind, or every time it's like, oh man, that would happen, or whatever, like immediately, like as soon as you think that, be like, you know what? Tell your windshield you're grateful for something. You know what? Even though that happened, it's going to be a great day. Or you know what? I'm glad I was able to kiss my wife this morning. Or I am so excited to have, new opportunities today at work to hit my bonus, make more money, impact more people. Like whatever it is, anytime lack creeps in, outgive it with a positive, and with that, be willing to receive. Always look to help, but when somebody wants to help you, even if it seems like just so small or so out of the realm, or you really don't feel like you need anything, and somebody asks you, say, yeah, sure. Can I buy you a drink? Yeah, sure. What do you want? Water? Well, that's free. Yeah, well, that's just all I need. I appreciate the offer, but you can grab me a water. That's great. So what a great Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, what a great Tuesday. Team meeting tomorrow here, Wednesday, if you wanted to know what we're doing tomorrow. A lot of great things in 2023. Use this time, filter out the bad, get it all out of your system before Monday of Christmas. Reach out to somebody, tell them you love them, tell them you appreciate them. Give and be gave to. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. See ya.